Morning, Phil here, ZL3CC. Look, this morning I'm just going to do a quick note of the antenna I've been using for the Alpine Fault Net. I've been using it on 5 nets and it's been working quite well for me, and I just thought I might share it and see what anyone thinks. So let's go and have a look at the antenna. Okay, here's the antenna. I've been running my radio out of the car. I've got a small coax to the antenna, the feed point. Basically, it's what's called W3EDP. That was the chap who put this antenna together right back in 1936, before the time when you had all the instruments to measure SWR, etc., etc. And just through a lot of experimentation, he came out with a formula that 84 piece of wire for your radiator, a 17-foot piece of wire for your counterpoise or ground, and it works perfectly. This tunes up on 80 meters all the way through to 10. It has a bit of difficulty at 10. You've got to play with the counterpoise on that, but apart from that, it's really simple. The original design was made to go straight into a tuner in the shack, but the newer versions go through a 9-to-1 or even a 4-to-1 unan into coax and to the radio. Now I have got, as I say, I've got the 17-foot counterpoise there. I often just attach this one here, which is absolute random length. I think it's about 25 foot. Sometimes it improves it, sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, just a 9-to-1 balun. I bought this one off Tecoman. It's an LTG. Why do I use the LTG? Because it's a standard. So when I'm playing with antennas, I know I'm using a reasonably good unan and it works. Now this here is just a $6 plastic stake for electric farm fences, and all that does is just keep it clear of the ground. But when I'm out in the mountains, I just tie a piece of string to that and tie it off to just a small stake in the ground. Now the mast I'm using here, I started out using just PVC, a couple of 3-meter pieces of PVC tied to each other, and it worked, but it's a little bit flimsy. I now have here is a Soda-Beams carbon fiber 6. It's nominally, well, it's meant to be 6 meters, but nominally it's about 5 and a bit meters, but the end bits are too flimsy, so I've taken those out. I'm sitting at about 4.5 meters there. It's that simple. How do I secure it into the ground? I've got a $2 Timu fishing pole holder, which just stakes straight into the ground there, and it just sits there perfectly. I run that off down to the other end here. Now, the only variation I make with this is I've got about 110 feet of wire tied up there, so I can actually run this out even further to try and get on 160. But all I do, I've just got it marked here for the 84 feet, and that's what I wound it out to normally. I've also got another piece of tape up there somewhere to mark it if I just want to go 20 meters and above, where it's a lot shorter. And again, just terminated down here with another plastic stake. It's that simple. As I say, it does 80 through to 10 meters, and it does well. This is set up in a Nevis configuration at this stage for the Alpine Fault Net. Let me go and show you the radio. And here is my radio setup today. It's my latest acquisition, a Zygu 106 As you can see the size of it in comparison to my hand, it just fits in the palm of your hand. They don't come, it's a very basic radio, it doesn't come with an SWR meter or a power meter, so I actually match it with this little AT100M tuner, which is only about, I think it's about $140, $150 on AliExpress. Works perfectly well, works QRP, will tune up on as little as 1 watt. The Zygu, the 106, only puts out 5 watts maximum, so that's it. I just run it off a power bank through a power delivery cable. It all fits into this little package here that I carry around with me. And I have this little power bank which powers it for about 1.5 hours, but that's sort of my emergency backup. So your setup doesn't have to be flash. Today I've been on 80 meters, 60 meters and 40 meters. I did the Alpine Fault Net on the 60 meters, no problem. Peter and I were talking afterwards on 80 meters and it was getting through very well. So as I say, it's just to show you what I'm doing. I'm not saying it's the ultimate or it's what everyone should copy, but I'm just saying your setup doesn't have to be flash. Anyway, that's me, ZL3CC. Hope you have a good day. Take care.